No time better than the present to talk about the present. You watch some highlights and specifically the main event stuff on SmackDown and Raw. So why don't we get caught up on, it's been a while since we talked about WWE TV. What did you watch on SmackDown last week?
Well, we did it. We had the extra show that we did to fill into things last week while our schedules were verklempt. And so I wanted to get back and get caught up with the main goings on of the top fellers on the roster in the WWE. And SmackDown, this was August the 8th. And I mean, I'm not going to engage in any kind of breaking news or, blow by blow description of what was said. But the concept of the thing, it just, again, astounds me. They're in Montreal. They're sold out. 17,747 is what they said. And they had played the video of Cena and Cody and the Brock return and the whole 9 yards. Yet and out comes Cena. And yet again, Montreal, the Canadians are very forgiving people. And remember when Hogan was supposed to be a heel in Toronto? Oh no, we love him. But they play his music. He comes out. It's a huge pop. It's the Cena chants. All is forgiven. He's the king of the world. Through the flowery intro, he gets a standing ovation. And he just is a couple of lines to put the fans over and gets the Cena chants, and he's got them in the palm of his hand. And remember, I was saying 2 months ago, when you listened to the things he was saying to people, to the fans, about the fans, whatever. Remember, we said, how do you ever apologize to any son of a bitch for that? What if anybody you knew would say this shit to you? How would you have? No, they'll never speak to you again. They don't give a fuck. It's all phony now, and they just want to see people come out and talk to him. And he's having so much more fun being his old self. And obviously they have realized, even though they might try to tell you a different story over on Unreal, we'll talk about that eventually. But it's obvious they've realized what the fuck, the fucking Rock is. He jumped in trying to turn somebody heel, wanted to be the final boss. He fucked us up again the second year in a row with our booking. And this is the stupidest thing we've ever done, and nobody likes it. Let's just apologize and move on. And so now they got the fans chanting, "Thank you, Cena." And he's saying, "I'm afraid I'm going to let you down, and though you'll forget about me. I'm even afraid of Brock Lesnar. I'm so vulnerable now." But he won't back down. But then he turned around and did a fired up promo and told Brock and anybody else, if you want some, to come get some. And the place is going crazy. Before we talk about the next segment of this dramatic monologue, Brian, so can you even turn heel anymore since everybody knows it's just bullshit?
I think you can. I think you have to really do it. I think the Cena heel turn, we'll talk about Unreal after we talk about the modern stuff you watched, but the Cena heel turn was awkward. It had its moments, but the longer he talked, the more he put down his opponents, people realized why they liked Cena in the first place. And it was near impossible to sell WWE fans, wrestling fans on the idea of come out and spend all this money on a ticket to see John Cena the last time he'll be in your town and think they're just going to boo him. And at the same time, he's in a feud with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, up to this point, this is the most lukewarm he's been in WWE.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of the year. WWE has not done Cody any favors this year, and I think that played a big part of it. And again, it's John Cena's last year, and you're saying it. Some fans will boo because he's a heel, but you're grateful you get to see him, I would assume, if you're spending all that money for a ticket.
One would have thought they might have anticipated that, but anyway, then here comes Logan Paul, because he did say anybody, right? So Logan Paul gets booed, And the fans get bleeped, when he comes out and everything on his entrance, and he's got a great heel attitude and demeanor in the whole 9 yards, but I just wonder if anybody wants to stab him. I just wonder if you could really just get any heat when there's footage of the people that the heels are insulting and crippling, hugging them and thanking them for doing it after. But nevertheless, so he wants a match with John Cena in a great French city, not here in Paris. We haven't even talked about, now they're going to Paris, to Gay Paris.
Well, they did last year too, right?
I thought that was Puerto Rico.
I think they did. Didn't they do a bunch of different places like Spain, Paris, Puerto Rico?
Uzbekistan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, anyway.
From Moscow to The Hague.
From
Milan
where
to
is
Minsk.
it to Minsk? Milan to Minsk. I couldn't remember Milan all of a sudden.
Milan. They went to Milan too, didn't they? Yeah.
They mowed my lawn. I don't know about you. All right. So as soon as he challenges for the clash in Paris, Drew McIntyre's the ring and gloms Cena. And they get maybe 10 seconds of heat, and Cody's music hits and he hits the ring. And the baby faces start making a comeback. And Cody went to throw Drew's head into the turnbuckle, grabbed him and spun, and he was propelling him that way. But Drew thought he was going to top rope him. And I've seen this happen before. And it's funny as fuck every time. The guy going to throw the head is headed toward the turnbuckle, and then he realizes that the guy that he's throwing has already left him and has just launched himself 90 degrees the other way. And he turns on, oh, where the shit thing? And he tried to go push him over like he meant to do it. Oh, God. But anyway, so then they challenged for a tag team match, playa. So Cena and Cody, remember it took Dusty 1.5 years to trust Ole. It took Cody 9 days or whatever it was. But that was the setup for the tag team match. Have you ever seen anything like that on WWE television, Brian, where guys come out and talk for 20 minutes and then set up the tag team match main event?
Every week. These are really becoming boring tropes. And, when you really think about it, it's just the way WWE's been doing TV for a long time. What makes it better than it used to be is there's no heel authority figure. But all this shit's been happening forever. Opening promo, music, come out, talk. Someone else's music, they come out and talk. Another person. There's either going to be a tag match or a 3-way or a 4-way, and the GM's going to come out and say, hey, you know what? I was standing in the back, and obviously I didn't have a main event because we're on the air. So now I thought, gosh darn it, I got a main event.
Nothing was planned. Jesus Christ.
You mentioned this is the setup for the match and how this is something you were joking about the fact that this is something they always do. What do you also think of this as the follow-up to the Brock thing?
Well, that's a point I was going to make here in a second. Besides the fact that, and they're going to do the same thing on Raw. They're going to come out and talking, and they're going to set up a fucking. But Brock, the footage was shown back in my day, children, or in almost anybody's day that's ever lived on the planet. When you have a major superstar return and lay out, goddamn another major superstar, he wasn't on TV, on any TV, on Raw or SmackDown. Was this so last minute? They just come and we'll work the rest of it out later? Vince would have yelled at us back in the day if we'd shot an angle like that and turned into formats. So where's the fucking guy that did the angle? Oh, we don't have him for TV. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck's going on here anymore.